Hi quilting friends. Okay, so today I am making a Canadian flag quilt. It's a custom order. I will link to the pattern for it in my description below. But today's video is about how to applique with your sewing machine. So today I am doing this maple leaf. I'm going to applique it down onto this background piece of fabric. So to start with, this is the fusible that I use for applique. And I put my maple leaf template up in my window. I put this over the template. It doesn't matter, but I usually put it with the sticky side towards the template. This is the sticky side. And traced my maple leaf. And then I ironed the sticky side down onto the back of my red fabric. And I cut out my maple leaf with paper scissors, not with sewing scissors. And if you saw my scissors video, it was the blue IKEA scissors that I use to cut out. And so now I have my maple leaf ready to fuse down onto its background fabric. So we're gonna peel off the paper backing. And now you can see that it's a little bit shiny here. That's the fusible on the back. So I'm gonna get a little registration marking done here with my fabric. I'm just gonna heat it up. I don't want to actually iron the registration marks with the iron because then they'll be probably really stuck in the fabric. But I'm just gonna get it warm and then fold it in half and press with my fingers and fold in half the other way and press with my fingers again. So now I can get my maple leaf centered. Oh, I can't really see that second fold. Maybe I'll do a quick little hit with the iron. Okay. And then I can get my maple leaf centered on here by looking at those little registration marks. And then I will just press with my iron with a lot of steam to get that fused down. Okay, and then just check with your thumbnail or fingernail. Oh, see, it's coming up there on that corner. It's coming up right here. We'll just get that again with the iron. So just check that it's completely fused down. If it's not coming up, then you're good to go on to the next step. This is the sewing machine that I use for applique, and I bought it specifically because it has this blanket stitch right here. Number 12 is the one that I use, or sometimes I use the one going the other direction, number 26. So usually I use number 12, but sometimes I have to use number 26. That's called a blanket stitch. I do also have a video on my channel of blanket stitching by hand if you don't have that stitch. Or if you don't have that stitch, you can also just use a zigzag, which this machine has quite a few. I'd probably use this one. So you can use a zigzag or blanket stitch to machine applique. So I usually pick a spot that's like a straight edge, like right down here on the stem. Set to my stitch number 12 and put my needle down just on the outside of the red applique piece, and then I just start stitching. So the needle's just coming down on the outside edge on the background. And then you want to lift your presser foot and pivot when you get to a corner. And then just keep going. So I'm going to go all the way around and then I will show you what it looks like when it's finished. So here's the finished stitching. And this will mean that the quilt can be washed and we won't be having our maple leaf peeling off. So this pattern is in my Etsy shop, and I also have an American flag quilt and a Union Jack flag quilt, but they don't involve applique. This Canadian flag one is the one with the applique. Okay, happy quilting!